What's going on, guys? Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you all take a few minutes today to spend some time with your loved ones. Let everyone know that you love them. It's an important day to do that. Although it's a Hallmark day. Every day you should be doing that. But happy Valentine's Day anyway to all of you. Little tradition that I do at my house is every year I get my boys like a little doll, stuffed animal type thing. Been doing it since they've been babies, and they still look forward to it today, even though they're getting older. It's kind of sweet. It was a sweet morning here. And of course, we do stuff with the wife as well. Curious to see what you guys do for your loved ones and family. Let me know in the comments below. But a few things I want to touch on today regarding Diablo Immortal. Many of these are because of comments that I've seen, a couple of questions that people had. The first one I want to address right now is the Battle Pass. As of right now, Valentine's Day, it's Wednesday. We have 18 hours and 6 minutes. Public service reminder. Any battle points that you do not claim, they will be gone and not used if the battle pass turns over. So in 18 hours, this is all going to be gone. So what you want to make sure is make sure you claim your stuff. Make sure you claim all your battle pass rewards. Get as much progression as you can. If you haven't gotten here to the end, consider advancing to the next with orbs. It depends on how close you are. You really don't want to miss out on the cosmetic. I would say if you are unable to grind the last 1 or 2 levels, it's probably worth the orbs to get the cosmetic because it's the most valuable part of the battle pass, in my opinion. I've never been in that situation where I needed to do that, so that's good. If you are not in that situation, if you're 90 plus levels above, as someone said in the comments yesterday, just go get yourself more Gift of the Renown. Again, hilts are great, and scrap materials are really good so that we can upgrade our primary gear. So again, make sure that you progress this stuff. Don't collect this stuff. Don't forget to collect, and all that stuff as well. Now, additionally, there were a few other things that came through in my questions. One of them was when I was spending my Paragon points yesterday. One person said, why do you haphazardly drop in your Paragon points? And I actually don't. Let me go into a little bit of an explanation here. First of all, I run Treasure Hunter when I'm doing anything open world. Gives me a little bit of extra gold. It's really not the end of the world. It's not the biggest thing. I run Gladiator when I do any PvP or Heliquary, things like that. Those are really the main two that I use. I want to remind all of you that if you're working on a Paragon tree that is not one that you're using, it is inactive as of right now, you can still get all of the perks from any of the circles. The squares will not be in play. So right here, First aid, this is inactive until I activate this server Paragon tree or this Paragon tree. But all of the circles, they are actually active on all of the trees. So what I try to do personally, I try and get all of the damage. I try to get all of the armor penetration. And honestly, I try and go in and get as much of the resistance as I can and even a lot of the potency. And then health, life, of course. I mean, the main two that I really focus on, though, are armor penetration and damage. So yesterday, when I came over and I dropped into the Warden tree, I was actually dropping in here because I wanted to get damage, which, here you go. You can see it right now. I was working on damage down below. Am I going to use the Warden tree? Probably not. Actually, this was armor penetration, not damage. I was looking to get this armor penetration. I'm also going to go get resistance. I'm also going to get potency, and I'm going to make my way up to damage at the top. That's my goal. Do I care about all this other stuff? Probably not along the way. It's probably nothing that I'm going to really be using, but it's just how I like to do my trees. If we go take a look at some of the others, let's see here. For example, Mastermind. I'm not going to really be using Mastermind, so I've put together all of the tree, but I didn't waste that last Paragon point on the superior coordination. If I ever want to do it, remember, it's very easy. We can just come here and we can refresh these. We can take them away. Then I'd have 25 Paragon points I could spend elsewhere. There really is no messing up Paragon trees. I am not haphazardly putting them in. There's definitely a thought behind everything that I do. Ranger I thought would be better, but it's really not going to be so great for me at range. It doesn't work on summons, I don't believe. And although I will be moving my way to damage and then getting my way over to armor penetration. And while there, I'll probably go get life as well. So that's kind of how I do my Paragon trees. And remember, for those of you that are new to the game or just starting, all the circles, they all are active all the time, even if it's an inactive Paragon tree. All right. Now, something else that I recently noticed, and it's funny. One second, I need a sip here. I recently noticed that right down here on your gear tab, this fills up the more full you are. Notice right here we have this bar across the bottom. That's telling me that we're about a quarter of the way full. If I go salvage some equipment right here and get rid of all that, we're going to salvage all that stuff, which is great. I could do it with my pet because we have that. Now when we take a look at our gear, check it out. That bar is gone. We have an empty satchel. A nice little touch there. I honestly never noticed it before. I don't know how long it's been there, but it's not something that I noticed until this week. Let me know if that is something new or if it's been there since day one that I've just been completely oblivious to. Now, I just was reminded of something as I was inside of there. We just got ourselves a new familiar, and this is pretty cool because this familiar that we just got, we have our main guy right here, right? Like he's the one that's got all the ferocity, the resilience. He's the one that we have the potential to take over to be legendary. But we did just get ourselves, where is it here? Let's get out of here. We just got ourselves this, what is it called? The Dusk Prowler. And check out what it has. It allows remote identification. So now with using the Dusk Prowler, and what was the other one that I had that did that as well? Was it this one? Nope, it was this guy as well. Allows remote salvaging. Remote salvaging is a huge deal. It really helps me out with my farming. The remote, this one here though, the remote identification, really not as important. I could totally go and do that somewhere else. By the way, these cats are both different. Notice that? See the difference right here? Boom and boom, different cats. This is level 2, this is level 1. So yeah, I want to find a way to get both of these purples on the same pet, so I don't have to have 2 pets in there really that are just taking up space, because we have this guy and he increases skill damage, which I can't use right now, and I really like to use that. But we can't because we really want to, I was trying to have that identification with me. Whether that be important or not, I guess we'll have to see. Where are we right now inside of the game today? When we take a look at some of the events that are going on, many of them haven't changed. Conqueror, still haven't gotten into that one. Let me know if you're playing Conqueror at all. I do need to dive into there. This is live for 2 more days, so definitely something I'm going to want to jump into. Every time that I try to, it's closed. So like if I were to jump in now, it wouldn't be open until 10 a.m. I have about another hour to wait for that. The gallery, sure, we of course can do our red bags. We'll send it to the clan, boom. Just make sure that every day when you're doing this, I don't want to be here, we want to be here. Every day when you're doing this, you're going over to the gifts and you're claiming your free red bag. We got ourselves a legendary item right here, legendary piece of gear, and we have a little bit more that we can get as time goes on, ending in the legendary crest. Of course, we can continuously beat Jagoon if we want to, but, you know, as we know, that's kind of super easy to do. Hungry Moon's going on, Howler Hunt, I don't know that people are even playing that anymore. Really curious. Fractured Plane, again, another one that we have to jump into and do. Haven't been doing that on video just because I'm trying to not have a 30-minute long video on that. My task for the day, what I want to do, I want to get my bounties done. I have 8 of those to do, and I want to make sure that I get all of my dungeons done as well. Now, it is worth noting, remember, when I complete 3 dungeons, I get a free legendary piece of gear. If I'm doing that on Hell 4, it's going to be a Inferno 4, it's going to be an Inferno 4 piece of gear. If I do it on Inferno 5, it's going to be an Inferno 5 piece of gear. So ideally, for me, whenever I turn over the switch and start doing my dungeons in Inferno 5, I'm going to want to have 9 of these ready to go. That's going to guarantee me 3 legendary secondary pieces of gear at the Inferno 5 level. Whether they're the right pieces that I could actually use, if I get a little bit lucky, that would be great. If not, at least I could salvage them and then craft some other things. But additionally, we are prepared because when you take a look at my bag, we have all of these boxes, and we have some boxes up here, legendary that's randomly sitting up here for whatever reason, and all of these legendary pieces of gear. And then down below, we have all of these green pieces of gear as well. Mysterious set items. All of these are going to be Inferno 5 once I turn the switch over and start playing everything on Inferno 5. Then we have a bunch of these wisps as well, which we can craft. Now, I'm going to convert these ones, the Inferno 4 ones, into Inferno 5, which means I have 52. I'm going to it's going to turn into something like, I don't know, 7 or 8 that I'm going to actually have, which is going to be able to craft me essentially one of the Inferno 5 levels of gear. So unfortunately, we'll be losing a little bit there, but is what it is. I think we're in good shape, and I hope that you guys are in good shape too. I actually have not been doing a ton of farming of Inferno 5. I did a little bit the other day. I noticed that throughout the entire day of me doing bounties and just being in the open world, I think I got myself one piece of legendary gear. And it just wasn't worth the extra hassle and the extra battle time that it was taking me to get it. So I decided to go back to Inferno 4, considering if I can get a carry through Inferno 5 dungeons, I may start running my dungeons on Inferno 5. Also, actually, I want to check the market because we did put a couple of things up for sale. I put up one of my 5 stars. Okay, yeah, we sold a bunch of this. Ran a couple of hidden lairs last night. I have a Howler's Call up for sale for 61,000, a 3-star. The issue is when you look at the legendary gems and we go to the Howler's Calls, they're selling for quite a bit cheaper than that. Where is it here? I just passed by it. See, the 2s are going for under 40, which is crazy. And we have one of the 3s, 51,000. 61,000 is the next, which is where I'm sitting. So there's one that's cheaper than mine. After this is purchased, maybe someone would want to buy mine at that level. I'm not sure. Probably not going to sell it any cheaper than that because we are sitting on a 4 out of 5 star. This is literally the highest level gem I've ever gotten in the game. I have no other 4 out of 5s. All the gems I'm wearing right now, like my Blood-Soaked Jade, 3 out of 5. This Seeping Bile, 3 out of 5. 2 out of 5. 3 out of 5. 2 out of 5. So me having a 4 out of 5 really makes me think that it's something I should hold on to in case I ever decide to push a legendary gem that has less cost to max. Because I could just go ahead and buy duplicates of this, 2 stars, around 40,000 platinum, and get this thing all the way up to max, versus doing it with my Blood-Soaked Jade, where everything that I buy with my Blood-Soaked Jade, every 2-star, the lowest I'm going to find that, and they are hard to find, is 64,000 platinum. So I basically be saving 24,000 platinum on every gem that I purchased, which at the end of the day would cost me millions of platinum less. Millions? Maybe hundreds of thousands. Either way, it's a thought. I'm holding on to it for the time being. I honestly don't know what I would replace in here. It would probably have to be an Everlasting Torment. But before I do that, I want to get my Pain Clasp to max level to put in that slot for the Awakening, because I definitely want to have this awakened. It's right now getting me my Skeletal Mage life increased by 10%. Enough talking about my account. Make sure that yours is set so that when the Battle Pass turns over, you're ready to go and you don't lose any of your progress. The same thing happens with Shadow Wars, and when the Immortals turn over, make sure that you claim everything from your mail if you're saving any of that stuff there. Because I like to save my stuff every single week and claim everything on Monday. But we're out of here for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video and have a great Valentine's Day.